up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Full Metal Analysis. We are back. I hope everybody had a great Christmas holiday. Uh, New Year's coming up. We got the Lions coming up playing the San Francisco 49ers. We may get a couple of players back. We got NFL football games all week. Saturday, this is the time of year you never know when football is going to be on. And we got a bunch of bowl games and college championships games coming up. But we start off with the Lions, man. What are your thoughts on the upcoming game with San Francisco?
Lions got Monday Night Football in San Francisco. The revenge game we've been waiting on all season long, or ever since last year, the end of the playoffs last year.
Kind of downplaying now, though.
I was about to say San Francisco did not hold up their end of the bargain, so still, I don't think that's gonna stop Dan Campbell and the Lions from still going in there with the chip on their shoulder. I think they're really gonna go in there and try to take it to them. Dan Campbell already said that due to the Vikings playing the Packers, there's a possibility that the Lions can clinch that number one seed depending on the outcome of that game before they even play the 49ers. But he said that don't matter. They're going to play the 49ers regardless, straight up.
Yeah, and it's Dan Campbell, so it's not a surprising outcome. We kind of figured no matter what was going on, that they was going to come out full strength and try to play them. My question is San Francisco going to come to play? Is San Francisco checked out? Are they ready to start going on their vacation? Had they planned their vacations out and everything? Are they done with the season? Are they going to come to play, or are they just going to come out there and ham it up?
They're gonna come out to play. Regardless, regardless, Brock Purdy's gonna get paid by somebody, but at the end of the day, he's still got to build that He still got to continue to build that resume on why he should be paid. But San Francisco, Lions have been we've been devastated by injuries, but San Francisco's been decimated by injuries. Brandon Ayuk, one of the best receivers, out for the year. Trent Williams, constantly in conversations between him and Penei Sewell on who's the best tackle in football. But Trent Williams has been out for weeks. I think they just put him on IR, so he's not going to play again this season. Dre Greenlaw, one of their best linebackers, he's been out for a while. And then obviously Christian McCaffrey. So they've been hit with so many injuries that it's not even really, it was too much for them to overcome. And they've been coasting along. They've had a lot of bad games. They've had some good games. So I think they'll take this as a challenge. They'll be excited, but if the Lions come out and play their style of football, they're just not going to be capable of keeping up with the Lions.
Yeah, man, I think the same thing. It's going to be second week without David Montgomery. I expect to see our linebackers implemented more, but other than that, man, our offense is firing on all cylinders. I think the question will be, what is the defense going to do as far as the Lions go? Who will be playing? What will the scheme be? And can we hold? Damn, what's my man name? The running back that's been getting off this year for San Francisco.
Garendo?
Huh?
Talking about Garendo?
Is that his name?
No, Jordan Mason?
Yeah, Jordan Mason.
Yeah, he hurt too.
Oh, he's hurt too?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, never mind then.
Yeah, they on their third string running back, Isaac Garendo, who's been playing. He's been playing fine. Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason. But he's been playing fine for them. Like I said, man, they gonna go out there. They're gonna give it an effort, and I think it'll be a game at halftime. But I fully expect the Lions to put it on them at some point during that game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Jalen, I can never say his name. Jalen Mavis Reeves might
Jalen
play this.
Reed, maybe.
Jalen Reeves Mavis. Yeah, I think he will play this game, and we may even get a Emmanuel Mosley appearance. So I don't know how many plays he'll play, or if this is a game he will play, but I would expect to see him out there. No, at least a limited plays, if nothing else. And we'll see what happens going from there, man. If I had to put a score out there, I would probably say I still think the Lions put up a lot of points. 31, 13.
I'm right there with you. I got 31-20.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's gonna be an interesting game. I think we come out fired up to clinch this number one seed spot, and we take care of business, and then we move on to move on to the Vikings the week after that.
Um, well, nah, go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, I was about to say, speaking of the Vikings, but we can get to that later. I was gonna talk about the Vikings Packers game and what it meant to us, but we can get to that a little bit later.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing. um, but other than that, not a whole lot of news to report. The Lions brought back Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy Two Gloves, back to
Oh
Detroit
yeah,
as a backup quarterback to add to the QB room. Not a whole lot to discuss, but people are kind of speculating like, what does this mean for Hendon Hooker, and if it came down to it, what are your thoughts on who would likely be the first person to get reps as a backup quarterback?
it means absolutely nothing. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, I think it was important to this team last year as a mentor to the team. He had a lot of good information. He took a lot of players under his wing. He taught the players a lot of stuff last year, and I think essentially that's why he's back. He's going to be holding the clipboard if it comes down to it. I think I think Hendon Hooker plays. I think they brought Teddy Bridgewater in to mentor Hendon Hooker and some of the receivers and give his knowledge to the team. I don't think no more less than that.
Yeah, um, I'd be really interested to my. I have really no thoughts of Teddy Bridgewater coming back. As far as Hendon Hooker, my only thoughts primarily is that if Minnesota was to lose and locked up the number one seed for the Lions, I would love to see Hendon Hooker get the start in that Minnesota game. I would love to see that. That would make me more excited than probably locking up the number one seed.
So I want to. So here's what I want to say. So let's say Minnesota does lose to Green Bay. Does that give us the number one seed above Philly no matter what?
Um, I feel like Philly is out of it. Um, but I'm not for certain. Philly, I'm really not for certain. I just know that, yeah, once they lost, I kind of stopped paying attention to their scenario because I was only thinking about Minnesota, and I'm assuming that if it came down to us to Minnesota, and Minnesota had a loss and we had a win, then even if we lost to Minnesota and we ended up tied, we would win the tiebreaker based on conference record. But as far as Philadelphia, I guess technically we would probably need Philadelphia to lose another one of these games uh, this week against the Cowboys, who I saw a report said that they're shutting down CD Lamb, so they're kind of throwing in the towel on the season. So that's a good question. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, because when they lost to the Commanders, that put them back. Because when we lost to the Bills, that put us tied for the first place, one for the number one seed. So when they lost to the Commanders, that put us back a game ahead of them. And the last two games that the Eagles got are gimme games. I don't think they're gonna lose. I don't think they're gonna lose their last two games. So essentially, to stay ahead of them, we would have to win our last two games as well. So I think even if Minnesota loses to Green Bay, yeah, that gives us the division, but that doesn't give us the number one seed.
Um, so I just googled it real quick. This is from Channel 7. For the Lions to get the top seed in the NFC, two things need to happen. The Green Bay Packers need to beat the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday, and then the Lions need to beat the 49ers. That situation would give the Lions a top seed and a bye week in the wild card round of the playoffs.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, well, I'm with your whole game plan. Then I am excited to see Henry Hooker in the Vikings game, last game of the season. Fuck it.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. At the same time, I don't know what starters will be out there with him, but I imagine that. But even it wouldn't be. You know, I think he will have some. I think he will have the most support he's had in in the playing time if that scenario were to play out. So yeah, man, I would love to see that.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see that. Well, since we're talking about it, we may as well get into it, man. What are your thoughts on this Vikings Green Bay game, man?
Man, you know, I thought I thought if ever there was a spot for Minnesota to let up, it would have been in that Seattle game in the elements. Sam Darnold outside, 12th man field, da da da. Da. But no, I mean they went out there and they continued to show up, continued to win. Green Bay has been playing. Green Bay has been playing good football. They've had an easier schedule towards the tail end of the season. They just got done smacking. They smacked somebody on Monday Night Football. It wasn't even a game. They pulled everybody. They pulled everybody out at halftime. It was it was pretty ugly. Um,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who that game was too.
yeah, I don't think it was the Giants. They played Atlanta.
No,
New
it
Orleans.
was yeah. I was about to say it was a pretty okay team, not a good team, but an okay team.
Nah, it was a
But yeah,
terrible. Yeah, New Orleans is
yeah.
terrible. I mean, I think Spencer Rattler might have been out there. I don't know. They're
Spencer
bringing
Rattler
back.
was out there.
Yeah, they bringing back Chris Olave for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think he's supposed to play this week, but yeah, their season's pretty much done. And they look like a team that was done out there. But yeah, they've had a pretty easy schedule leading up to this game. So they've been playing pretty decent football. They can run the ball well with Josh Jacobs back there. So if anybody has a chance other than the Lions to beat Minnesota, it's Green Bay. But do I would I bet money that they're gonna beat Minnesota? I would not.
Yeah, I think Green Bay has a good chance to beat Minnesota. Minnesota, like the games that I've been watching, Minnesota has been winning these last few games. But all the teams they've been playing have pretty much just been fucking up, dog. Like the game is right there for all these teams to win. And then I look at the highlights and it's like fumbles and interceptions, and they like, please, please win, please beat us. So, like I think it was a stat like I don't think Justin Jefferson had a touchdown for like 3 weeks or something, 4 weeks or something like that. I mean, he's been killing it these last two games, but before
Yeah.
that, he hadn't had a touchdown in a while. Sam Darnold had been going out throwing interceptions. So I don't know, man. It's just like these. It's weird. It's a weird feeling when I watch other games now because when I watch other games, they look to me how the Lions used to look, and I be expecting them to do things that we're doing now, and when they don't or they mess up or they not disciplined, I'm like, damn, that used to be us. So,
Yeah.
so I expect. I don't know, man. I think Green Bay can pull this out, man. I think Jerry Jacobs and no, I said Jerry Jacobs, Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones will both have good games. I'm not sure about the passing game for Minnesota, but I think the passing game will even out for both teams. But I don't know. I just think that Green Bay's defense is better than Minnesota's defense.
Uh, yeah, I think Minnesota's defense is overrated, but they do show up. Green Bay, I'm not too crazy about Green Bay's defense either. They do have they do take advantage of the other team if they make mistakes. They got an opportunistic defense, as I like to say. I just Jordan Love, man. Jordan Love, Jordan Love is a good quarterback, but it's been a long time since we've seen Jordan Love take over a game, I guess you would say. In fact, off the top of my head, the last time I remember him taking over a game was the game that he came back to take. He came back when Malik Willis was playing for him. Those like two games and killing it. And Jordan Love came back and he threw like three interceptions to start the game, and then he finished the game with like three touchdowns, and they ended up winning that game. Like that was so long ago. That was like the last time I remember him taking over a game. And ever since then, it kind of seems like they've been making him a game manager. Josh Jacobs, pounding the ball with Josh Jacobs. They're good for a couple of deep shots a game to Christian Watson. Um, Jaden Reed, I haven't seen Jaden Reed start the season off hot, but I haven't seen a lot of them lately. They like to find Dobbs. They got Tyler Kraft, their tight end. He's had a good season. So I mean they'll spread the ball out, but they don't really they don't really put a lot of fear into the secondary or anything like that. Like I said, you got to worry about Christian Watson, and that's about it. And Jordan Love, he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't run like he could. So I just feel like they're just playing well enough to win games right now, and I'm not sure if that strategy is going to work against Minnesota.
Based on what you've seen this season, just based on this season alone, would you take Jordan Love or Sam Darnold?
Oh, that's not what I thought you was going to say. Um, but it's a good question. Would I take Jordan Love or Sam Darnold? Um, in a hypothetical scenario, if in a hypothetical scenario, man, if golf were to go down and I could pick, and those are the only two people that I could take, or I could take, whatever. Um, to be honest, I'd probably take Sam Darnold.
Hmm.
I don't trust, and that's simply, and it's not even it's just I don't trust Jordan Love. I don't trust Jordan Love. because he's either taking care of the ball or he's not taking care of the ball, and he's just one of those many players we talk about where I don't know who I'm getting on any given Sunday.
That's an interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting.
I take it you would
Yeah,
take Jordan Love.
I would take Jordan Love. I think that the line that we have makes people better, and I think that some of those uh, some of those boneheaded plays that Jordan Love makes, he will be a lot more comfortable behind our offensive line.
Uh, trying to find Jordan Love real quick. Oh, wow, they're right there. So Jordan Love has played 2 less games than Sam Darnold, but they both have 11 interceptions on the season. Um, Sam Darnold's got 8 more touchdowns. Yards. Darnold's got 600 more yards. Completion percentage. Darnold's got him by 4 points. Um, Rating, even the rating, Darnold's got him beat by 8 points. So, I mean, if you ask me if I'm, if I'm building a franchise, then yeah, obviously I'm taking Jordan Love. But in this season, I don't know what's going on with Jordan Love, but he's the game is not moving at the speed that if I'm a Packers fan, I feel comfortable with in the eyes of Jordan Love.
Well, to your point, the yards, the touchdowns. Sam Donald's got 2 games on him now. The interceptions, that's an interesting stat. But I think he threw like 3 or 4 in one game, 3 or 4 intercept picks in one game. He had like a really bad game this season. So I think that accounts for the extra ones he has in that one. But uh yeah, I don't know, man. It's in an ideal world, you wouldn't really want either one of them, but I don't know, man. I just I would rather have. I think I would just rather have Jordan Love on the center than Sam Darnold.